Hello，咁多位朋友，而家又講到2024年嘅兔生肖屬兔嘅朋友啦。
Welcome back to the channel, part 2, starting with the year of the rabbit.
OK 嗱，今年屬兔嘅朋友咧，凶星多過乜啦？
So unfortunately this year, for those born in the year of the rabbit, you have a lot more unlucky stars than your lucky stars.
2023年本身已經係太歲年咯喎，咁應該正常過咗太歲之後應該會好嘅。不過今年嘅兔咧，亦都係有比較麻煩啲嘅。點解咧？事關佢吉星裏邊冇不特止，仲要好多唔好嘅星喺存在喺個空間裏，喺個命宮裏邊。
So you would think after, going through your bad year, because this past year, 2023, was the year of the rabbit, you would have a good year. Unfortunately, there is not a single good star in the element of the rabbit. So this year, you're going to really take a hit.
事關咧，基本上咧，今年係龍年，咁龍同雞就係兩個相沖啦。但係雞同兔咧，亦都係唔係咁啱嘅，所以令至到屬兔嘅朋友就更加差啦。
So, because the way the elements align this year, because it's the year of the dragon upcoming, unfortunately, it's not good for the year of the rabbit.
係啦，咁所以屬兔嘅朋友咧，今年咧個健康咧就比較會爭啲啦。點解咧？事關有一個我哋叫做病符星咧，就叫做臨門啦。咁咧就少嘅就希望就係即係整個感冒啊、成啊，咁就最好啦。
So this year, those born in the year of rabbit, there's a lot of sickness stars. So if we can and hopefully lessen, the severity of it, a cold will be the best outcome, that you can have.
係啦，所以我最怕就係咩咧？屬兔嘅朋友咧，今年咧即係要出入醫院啊、成啊，咁就比較危險啦。如果你出入醫院越多嘅話，咁變相你個病符星就會越大，咁你變相影響到你會有機會做手術嘅情況就會發生啦。
Yeah. So those born in the year of the rabbit this year, we, if possible, would like you to avoid going in and out of a hospital, because the more you go into a hospital, the more the star is encouraged to, do its thing on you. So you want to be very mindful of your health. If you can stay healthier, so that you can avoid going to the hospital. Because if you keep going, there's a high chance that you may have to somehow do some surgery for something.
係啦，咁咧我建議咧屬兔嘅朋友咧，今年咧喺2月4號之後咧就去捐下血啦。嗱，去捐血 ，OK， 唔好諗住話抽少少啊驗血嗰啲係最好就可以去捐血。
So we highly, highly recommend those born in the year of the rabbit this year, at the turn of the new year, February 4th, go and donate blood. Like, not a little bit, but like donate some blood.
同埋去下寺廟求個平安福啦，咁就等希望啲菩薩啊成啊可以保佑到你啦。
And if you can, go to a temple and pray for blessing, so that the spirits, the gods, can just kind of like watch over you for the upcoming year.
事關咧今年咧千祈就唔好激動。事關呢一激動咧，你個啲肝火就會上升，咁咧可以令到你嘅人咧啲血管啊、腎啊出現咗好大嘅問題。
So this year, try not to get angry, because when you get angry, what's going to happen this year is possibly the blood vessels may not react very well, and which will lead into an episode in the hospital. So just be calm as you can. 嗱，
屬兔嘅朋友咧，今年咧我唔建議你哋走去啲高危嘅運動啦，例如行山啊、跳降落傘啊，啲高危嘅嘢，今年就最好就唔好去啦。
Those born in the year of the rabbit this year, we highly recommend against going to any high-intensity sport or, activities such as like hiking, or like skydiving, or like even like, surfing. Just do very chill activities like reading a book or something at home.
凡事都要平心靜氣啦，每一樣就唔好激動啦，咁個身體就會問題一定會出現嘅，不過只係希望佢降到最低。
So again, right, try to remain calm this year. The problem, no matter what we do, will arise. It's just a matter of trying to lessen whatever the sickness star can bring you. So the more calm you remain, the more level-headed you remain this year, the more positive it will look for you.
OK， 諗喺工作方面咯喎。頭先我先講緊啦，屬兔嘅朋友咧同龍啦，基本上咧我哋叫做贏咗噶啦，即係其實係真係唔係咁靚啦。OK， 咁有冇得避咧？ 避就其實就冇得避嘅，不過只係將佢降到最低咁解嘅啫，我哋只可以。
So for those on the year of the rabbit this year, career-wise, it's just okay. That's all. It's not going to be great for you. There's nothing good in it for you. It's just going to be okay.
係啦，咁咧我哋只可以點樣去避佢啦？咁避佢頭先我先講緊咧就少啲去做危險動作啦，喺工作方面咧就俾啲心機啦，去捐下血啦，同埋帶一個三合啦。咁一陣我就會講三合嗰個點樣帶法嘅 ，OK？ 咁咧但都係嗰句工作方面咧小心啲，千祈唔好每一樣嘢就走出嚟話俾人知你點叻，你叻都好啦，唔好講。點解咧？事關今年對你係完全冇任何嘅着數嘅。
So this year at work, no matter what, just, remain humble, remain quiet, because even if you did something outstanding and you come and own up to it, it's not going to help you further your career this year. So just sit down, relax, and calm down this year.
OK 喺財運方面啦，咁今年嘅財運咧，你要提防咩咧？嗱 ，OK 你自己嘅上司啦，你最好嘅朋友啦，佢好大機會會出賣你嘅。
So this year, you have to be very mindful of your superior and your best friend, because this year they may easily betray you.
點解咧？事關你今年本身你個運氣，即係你個命宮運氣裏邊咧出現咗啲麻煩嘅星出現咗，所以咧佢可以令到你出現咗問題。咁其實咁講，你個上司係咪想害你咧？或者你個朋友係咪想害你？其實未必，不過只係你個命宮裏面出現咗，變相令到佢唔想害你，或者有機會係間接之下令到你出現咗問題。
So the betrayal we're talking about isn't actually to harm you or hurt you, but it's more of an unavoidable betrayal where they have to upfront come up with the actual answer and may accidentally drag you into the mess or throw you under the bus in the process because of the elements in your life this year. So it's not like you are getting betrayed because they hate you per se, but it's more of an unavoidable consequence based on the way the stars align this year.
係啦，所以今年喺投資方面啊，或者任何重大嘅抉擇嘅金錢方面就要諗清楚啦。
So this year, if you have any investments or any big financial decisions you're going to make this year, you just want to be extra careful with what you're going to do.
係啦，事關你一定要去到今年嘅農曆9月之後，你個運勢先會好返嘅。
So you have to pull through until September in the Chinese calendar for things to actually start smoothing out.
OK 喺感情方面咯。
So now relationships.
咁感情方面咧，就基本上咧都係個型令到你有啲問題啦。咁咧就會感情方面就個起伏都會幾大下嘅。
So you will realize there's a huge up and down this year in terms of your relationship wise.
係啦，咁咧已婚嘅朋友咧就同自己嘅另外一半咧就要即係盡量關懷多啲啦，留意多啲啦。
So if you are already married, this year pay a little bit more close attention to your spouse.
係啦，如果唔係咧，你好容易會跌入我哋一個感情方面嘅問題，咁好容易令到你同你嘅愛人或者你嘅伴侶或者你嘅拍檔會分開嘅。
So because unfortunately a lot of the unlucky stars this year will cause a lot of disruptions, which if you don't pay close attention to your spouse, especially how they're feeling this year, it can lead to separation.
係啦，所以
your partner, your spouse.
係啦，所以屬兔嘅朋友咧不論工作上、健康上、財運上、感情上都要留意多啲啦。
So if you are born in the year of the rabbit this year, in terms of your health, your career, your wealth-wise, your relationship-wise, you have to be extra cautious.
OK 嗱，咁我建議屬兔嘅朋友咧，今年大概三合啦，就係狗啦、羊啦、豬同埋加個八卦。
So we highly recommend this year, if you're born in the year rabbit, to wear the J chain in the order of the dog, the sheep, and then the pig, and then at the end you add the 8 charm.
係啦，咁盡量將個命宮嘅意外減低。咁咧，我建議就話你今年咧最好就去廟裏邊啦，就求一個平安嘅福啦。咁咧做一個平安福，咁咧希望自己身體會好啲，會強壯啲啦。
So this year, wearing these things and doing a lot of these things will not cancel out any of the bad stuff. it's in hopes to lessen it. So we also highly recommend at the turn of the new year, go to a temple, pray for safety, pray for blessings, so that you can this coming year hopefully be shielded and taking the lesser toll of the hit versus the greater one.
OK， 咁全年個運程咯噃，咁正月啦就每一樣嘢都要凡事都要留意啲，小心啲啦。
So, turning the new year, right off the bat, you got to be very, very careful and very mindful of everything's happening around you.
係啦，咁喺2月同3月啦，你個嗰日裏邊你個命宮嘅病星咧就會突然間會加強咗嘅。
So from February and March of the Chinese calendar of next year, your sickness star will be really looming over you.
係啦，咁嗰時咧你就留意身體啦。如果身體有咩變化，有乜嘢事，第一時間就去睇醫生，千祈唔好拖。
So in February and March in the Chinese calendar, if you notice any ailments, you go to the doctor right away. Do not wait and do not hold out on it.
咁跟住就4至7月啦，都係即係其實係平平穩穩嘅啫，就冇好大嘅變化嘅。
So from April to July on the Chinese calendar is just so-so.
OK， 咁喺8月開始咧，就開始我哋叫做出現嘅局面就會好啲啦。咁你每一樣嘢開始好似有啲轉機啦。嗱，記住係有啲轉機咋。
So August, things will look up a little bit more than before because you will notice there are a little bit of changes, but remember, it's just a little bit.
係啦，所以8月嗰時咧，你覺得有轉機嗰時，你小心，你唔好大量投資。如果唔係，你一定話答你會蝕得好慘。
So if you are going to invest and you notice in August of the Chinese calendar, you're like, oh, look, things are going great. Do not put all your investments in one place because it will run back on you and it will actually turn out really bad. So just be very, very mindful of these little things.
係啦，咁去到9月同10月咧，你個貴人就會出現嘅。咁咧變咗咧就可以每一樣嘢就開始你感覺到真係開始順翻啦。
So you will realize around September to October in the Chinese calendar, someone good will come into your life and you will realize things are starting to really turn out okay.
係啦，咁去到10月同11月咧，你就見到個前景真係好咗啦。OK， 咁嗰時你先至投資方面開始大力少少咁多啦。
After October, heading into November, you will then realize things are finally kind of starting to sail smoothly. So you can go ahead and invest a little bit more, but still be very mindful of your finances this year.
係啦，咁我都希望屬兔嘅朋友咧，今年嗰啲衰星就真係要走啦，啲病星啊成就要更加小心啦。
Yeah, we really hope that this year, if you are the year of the rabbit, you pay extra close attention and be very, very careful because we want everyone to get through the year safely.
係，而家我講到係2024年屬龍嘅朋友啦。
So this part is going to be for the year of those born in the year of the dragon.
OK， 嗱，屬龍嘅朋友都知道啦，今年咧就係你自己嘅本命年啦。
So if you notice, this year's zodiac year is your zodiac year, the year of the dragon.
咁本命年咧，基本上咧就已經係比較撐少少噶啦。
So usually when the year of whichever animal falls on, it's your year, we already know it's not going to be the best year you're going to have.
實喺你嘅吉星裏邊咧，就一個華蓋啊，有一個歲駕星，其實咧就作用就唔係去到好大嘅啫。
So you do have two bad elements in your chart this year, but it's not that bad.
但係大嘅危險星咧就係話有劍鋒啊嗰扎咁嘅嘢啦。
But there are two others that we want to pay a little bit close extra attention to.
OK， 咁所以咧，我建議屬龍嘅朋友咧，今年咧一過咗嘅農曆我哋喺新曆嘅2月4號之後，就諗都唔好諗啦，就去咗太歲廟或者係寺廟太歲廟或者寺廟去作個太歲福俾自己。
So for those born in the year of the dragon this year, once the turn of New Year starts February 4th on our calendar, right? Go to a temple and specifically ask for the charm for those born in the year of the dragon, or like for example the zodiac year, to bless yourself. 係啦，事關太歲咧。大歲當頭坐啦，即係太歲喺自己嗰個命宮裏邊咧，咁如果你冇喜事嘅話，咁就係禍害㗎啦。So if this year is your year, if you don't have anything good happening, then you're only gonna have bad things happening.
時間個華蓋只話俾你知你嘅才華，咁你可唔可以金榜題名，即係可唔可以做好叻嘅人，考唔考到試咁解嘅啫。咁個吉星其實就唔係去到咁強嘅。
So the star you have in your element is just basically like a star that acknowledges you, but it's not necessarily like pushing you further or helping you with anything. It just like makes you acknowledge yourself that you're like good at a certain thing.
係啦，咁喺健康方面咧就要小心啦。
So you gotta be careful in terms of health.
要留意下自己嘅身體嘅變化啦。又用時間你今年咧有一個我哋叫做利器嘅傷害，令到你出現嘅。時間你嘅太歲宮裏邊咧已經係自己坐自己太歲啦，加埋你個劍鋒星嘅話咧，就好容易令到你嘅身體裏邊出現一個血光啦、大問題嘅出現啦。
So this year in terms of health, be very careful because the star in your element this year brings like an element of sharpness. So you are easily prone to getting hurt, bleeding and just getting injured.
係啦，即係例如金屬啦，頭先我先講咧意外啊，車禍啦，又例如有金屬好重嘅金屬會令到你會受傷啦。
So basically anything metal related this year, especially heavy metal objects, can easily get you hurt.
OK 嗱，咁女性方面咧，亦都要留意自己檢查身體啦。事關咧亦都有機會令到你有一個唔好嘅氣場發生，就係話令到你如果尤其是懷孕嘅女士添，就好容易令到你有意外出現啦。
So females this year, born in the year of the dragon, you want to be especially careful of your health this year, especially those that are pregnant. The element this year in your chart makes you prone to accidents, so you just want to be very, very mindful.
唔好話咁輕視話傷風感冒啊、咳啊，如果唔係嘅話，就會出現大鑊，即係好大件嘅事啦。OK， 所以一出現到咁嘅傷風感冒啊、咳嗽咧，就即刻睇醫生。如果唔係嘅話，好容易真係講會死亡㗎。
So especially this year, if you catch a cold or you catch a whatever, right? Don't just shrug it off and be like, I'm gonna take an Advil, Tylenol, and get over it with. Go to the doctor because these little ailments you think that you can recover from normally may actually not be a small ailment. So even if you have like a really, really small sickness, go to the doctor anyway, just to be safe.
好啦，咁喺工作方面咧，你粒華蓋星咧，其實咧就可以令到你工作上咧比較容易啲嘅。
So this year, in terms of your career-wise, things should be pretty smooth.
係啦，想華蓋星咧就代表一個有智慧嘅星，咁俗語話齋水來就土掩啦，每一樣嘢你點樣嚟，我就諗到你點樣去對付嘅。
So this star in this year that helps you in your chart is a star that helps you like think very clearly. So if you ever have obstacles in your career this year, your job this year, you'll realize that you easily find a solution to solve that.
咁工作方面就會對咩人會好咧？例如係創作啦、諗嘢啦、用思考嘅人咧，就會今年會特別容易發揮到你嘅專長嘅。
So if you're in a career that you have to be very creative, you have to think a lot. This year for you in your career-wise, it'll be really good.
係啦，咁如果你識運用咗你嗰個工作方面嘅智慧嘅話，你基本上今年個工作咧係會容易俾老闆賞識啦，或者你個上司賞識啦，咁亦都可以上多一層樓嘅。
You will realize things are going to go well. That's what it is.
係啦，咁喺財運方面咯，OK， 財運就比較差啲嘅。
So your wealth isn't that good this year.
係啦，咁咧就容易破財啦，就喺生意上咧，基本上咧係比較冇咁順利嘅。
So you will realize you will easily lose money this year, or if you own a business that things aren't going very well for you in your business.
係啦，所以你今年咧，你諗住話想買樓啊、投資啊、開個新就係譬如啲老細想開個新嘅鋪頭啊成咧，咁就要諗一諗啦。
So if you want to invest in anything, whether it's like open up a new shop or anything, you just want to be very, very mindful that this year may not go well if you do so. 係
啦，事關咧你要睇啱咗、睇準咗先後，你先至好去投資。如果唔係嘅話，我答你都係一句説話，就係話斬你一殼眼淚。
So if you really want to invest, you have to make sure you do thorough homework, check out everything, make sure everything aligns, everything clicks before you do so. Because if you don't, it's not going to end well.
係啦，所以屬龍嘅朋友咧，今年喺財運上咧，宜靜就不宜動嘅。
So, those in the year of the dragon this year, if you can save more than you can spend this year, in terms of like spending, meaning like investment wise, try and hold out.
係啦，咁喺感情方面咧，結咗婚嘅朋友就要小心啦。
So, if you're married this year, those that are married and born in the year of the dragon, you want to be a little bit careful this year.
喺你個命宮裏邊無啦啦就出現咗一個咧，我哋叫做異性嘅現象出現咗。
So there's a star this year. That's not a very good one for you if you're married already. It's basically a star that brings the opposite sex.
係啦，咁好容易令到你嘅感情方面會改變，咁咧你就變咗成日都會令到同你而家嘅另外一半咧就好容易有鬧交啊，成日出現㗎啦。
Yeah, so this star may bring you somebody that can become a third person in your relationship, or possibly become a hindrance that will cause disruption between you and your partner or your spouse.
反而單身嘅就唔同啦。
Vice versa, if you're single, this is a little different.
事關嗰個無啦啦走出嚟嗰個我哋叫做意外嘅感情啦。OK， 咁咧會令到你咧就會容易啲同你嘅異性溝通到嘅。
So, because this brings, that person in your life, this I don't know what you call it, like this like friend of yours or whatever you want to call it, right? If you are single, it may spark something new.
不過單身嘅朋友，你識咗之後咧都要小心啲，事關咧又有機會令到你分手嘅喎。
But just be mindful if you are single and you do end up getting into a relationship with this person, there's also a chance you can break up because the stars are what's pulling this person in. So you just want to be very mindful of how things are for you this year.
係啦，咁屬龍嘅朋友咧，我建議你個太歲啦，呢個係太歲就唔係三合啦。OK， 咁咧就係老鼠啦、龍啦同埋馬騮，跟住加個八卦。
So this chain I'm going to recommend is not like to bless you. It's more of to protect you because this is your year of the dragon. So you're going to wear a rat, a dragon, and then a monkey. And then on the bottom, you're going to add the 8 chain.
OK， 咁跟住啦，就講成年嘅運程咯喎。OK， 咁頭先我先講啦，你新正頭即係農曆嘅正月咧，咁你就去寺廟或者係太歲廟做個太歲福啦，作個太歲啦，咁咧就保咗自己平安先。
So again, turn New Year, go to the temple, pray.
OK， 咁喺2月、3月咧，咁個身體咧就其實係好容易會受傷㗎嚇，小心啊！
February, March, and then Chinese calendar, you will easily sustain injuries, so just be very careful.
OK， 咁喺4、5、6、7月咧係普普通通啦，平平穩穩咁啦。
So from April, May, June, July in the Chinese calendar, things are just mediocre.
OK， 咁喺8月就唔同咯喎。嗱，8月咧你入翻你個六合運啦，咁咧變相咧你我先講你嗰個華蓋星咧就會發揮到佢嘅作用，咁好容易就令到你喺工作上或者你喺思維上、思考上係特別叻嘅。
So August on the Chinese calendar is the month you will realize that for your job, if you are a thinker, that things will go very smoothly for you because that's where the star comes into play for that month.
係啦，但係咧9月咧你又有機會令到有少少挫折嘅喎。
But September comes another hump for you, so it's not all smooth.
不過唔緊要嘅，點解咧？就因你喺10月、11月、12月咧開始咧，每一樣嘢你就見到你之前8月嗰時做嘅嘢開始見到成效啦，咁人哋開始會賞識你，會對你好嘅。
Yeah, but come October, November, December, you will realize that things are actually smoothing out for you and that everything you started in August that you worked really hard for, that it's coming back into play into the game.
好啦，而家我哋講到係2024年屬蛇嘅朋友啦。
Now we're talking about those born in the year of the snake.
今年屬蛇嘅朋友，恭喜你啦
A lot of good things.
點解咧？事關你今年咧個吉星咧就非常之靚嘅。
They're very good stars, very, very good stars.
起碼有一粒大粒嘅太陽星照住你。
So you have the sun star.
咁又有個天喜喎。
And you have heaven's blessings,
係啦。
basically.
咁裏邊咧又有個文昌啦，又有個天廚啦，咁即係變相點解會好咧？就係話今年屬蛇嘅朋友咧， 吉星係好多嘅，咁而且有啲貴人星真係射住你嘅話咧，咁你做嘢啊成咧就會無往而不利啦。
So this year, you have a lot of good stars that align with one another, and you will realize whether it's your career, etc., things will be going very smoothly for you and well.
係啦，小欣太陽加埋天氣咧，就護駕即係保護住你嘅話咧，喺你命宮裏邊，咁咧就真係每一樣嘢就係話事事都好順利啦，萬事都可以通晒咧。點解咧？小欣你個男貴人星出現嘅話，男貴人就會幫你，咁就亦都。加埋個天氣嘅話咧，你都有喜事嘅話咧，咁令到你個命宮裏面更加會強啦。
So just a lot of good things, a lot of good things. So a good year for you.
但係又調翻轉講喎，如果屬蛇嘅朋友，你嘅上司或者你嘅老細係女性咧，咁你就會爭少少咯
喎。If you're superior at work though, so speaking for before the really good parts, only if your superior is a male. If it's a female, things are still going to be good, just not as good if your superior was a male.
OK， 咁喺健康方面咧就冇乜嘢大嘅問題嘅。
Health-wise, pretty good.
係啦，喺今年裏邊咧，你係留意啲咩咧？留意下嘅頭啦、眼啦，同埋有少少有機會話我哋叫做傷風感冒啊咁嘅啫。
So if you want to be mindful of certain things, be mindful of your head, your eyes, and possibly colds, but nothing too big.
不過屬蛇嘅朋友咧，如果你諗住今年去旅行嘅話咧，咁你就記得買埋個醫療保險先。
But if you do plan to travel this year, those born in the year of the snake, you might want to get some travel insurance.
OK， 咁喺工作方面啦，頭先我先講緊點樣恭喜你咧，就係話你今年個太陽星咧就射得好好嘅。
So this year for you, in terms of your career-wise, the sun star is shining on you really well.
咁如果你個上司或者你個老細係男性嘅話，咁咧就會更加支持到你想你做嘅嘢，咁亦都賞識你，所以你今年嘅工作咧會大大提升。
So if your superior, your boss, your person who manages you is a male, they will recognize you a lot more this year than previously before, and you will realize in terms of your career, your path will go a lot better, a lot smoother than it is before.
咁如果做老細就啲生意就會蒸蒸日上啦，每一樣嘢都會好嘅。
Vice versa, if you are the boss, things will go really well for you this projected year.
嗱，雖然呢幾年我哋轉運年就係唔適宜大量投資嘅。但係屬蛇嘅朋友，你今年可以大膽少少去投資。
So because this year is the changing of all the elements this year, we really don't recommend anyone to go towards investments. But if you are born in the year of the snake, you do not have to worry. This is the year you can go invest, and you can invest as much as you want.
OK， 喺財運方面咧，頭先我先講緊啦。你有好多好嘅星喺入邊啦，所以你喺財運上咧係完全問題唔會出現到咁大嘅問題嘅。
So in terms of wealth, you have a lot of good stars in your alignment, so you don't really have to worry about your wealth at all this year.
OK， 咁嗱又咁講今年咧又適宜移民啦，出去做嘢啦，同埋可以喺外地投資嘅。
So this year, it's suitable for you to go on vacation, invest in other places outside of home, etc. like that.
不過咧OK 就要提防咩咧？投資成都啦，你一定要做好功課。點解咧？寫喺你嘅命宮裏邊有一粒好細嘅破財星嘅。
So whatever investments you do, you want to make sure you do all your homework around this investment that you're going to make, because although there's a lot of good things for you, you have a small star that makes you lose money also. So you just want to be extra cautious. 嗱，首先嗰粒星我叫做天空，天空嘅意思即係話天馬行空嘅意思，即係話每一樣嘢你想做諗完之後，你係冇去做一個分析嘅話咧，都係得個諗字嘅啫。咁亦都有機會令到你有少嘅破財啦。 So you may realize yourself this year you're dreaming a lot of ambition, a lot of thoughts, but you don't do your research properly or adequate enough homework. And if you do end up doing that investment that you thought of, or your friend mentioned it or whatever, you will be at a loss. So just be very, very mindful. 係啦，所以
今年咧財運裏邊咧尚算係好㗎 ，OK。不過就做之前咧就要諗清楚個功課要做咗先 ，OK。唔好諗住話今年我好運，我就眯埋眼落去啦，千祈唔好。
Do your homework.
OK， 喺感情方面咯 ，OK， 點解我會恭喜你咧？就今年你有個天氣啦，天氣就其實亦都係桃花嘅一種嚟嘅。
So in terms of relationships, there's a lot of good things happening for you.
咁喺感情方面咧，你今年就特別豐富嘅，特別有吸引力嘅。
So in terms of relationship-wise, this year you are extra charming.
都算係桃花入宮其中一種嚟㗎啦。OK， 咁咧，但係結咗婚嘅朋友咧就小心啲啦。
But if you're married, you want to be a little bit cautious.
點解咧？想今年咧，你個天喜入咗去裏邊咧，其實都算一個桃花宮啦。OK， 咁咧個桃花緣就會大咗，咁啊人緣亦都會大咗，感情緣亦都會大咗。咁係好事定壞事？其實係好事。如果你識利用佢就係好事，但係你唔識利用佢就係一件壞事。
So this star, this element will bring a lot of people into your life, especially of whatever sexes. And what you will realize is if you are married, it's going to bring a lot more, friendships or people in your life, and your circle will grow bigger, so your relationships with people will also grow bigger. But with that comes also a lot of things you want to be aware of.
事關咧今年咧你特別吸引到異性，或者容易俾人中意，咁亦都有好容易叫一見鍾情嘅現象出現咗，所以咧喺感情方面咧你識點樣控制。
So this year, because those born in the year snake this year is a little bit more charming, you will realize there's a lot more people flirting with you or expressing their interest in you, but you just have to be very, very wary of that, especially if you are married.
事關咧，你喺命宮裏邊咧出現一粒我哋叫做孤神嘅星啦，咁咧好容易令到你感情方面咧，如果你只要諗錯一步嘅，你就會好容易出事噶啦。
So you also have one star, a small one. But it can be detrimental because what happens with that star this year in terms of relationship-wise is if you think the wrong step once, you're actually going to enact on it, and it's going to lead to further bad consequences.
係啦，所以屬蛇嘅朋友今年基本上工作上身體上財運上同感情上咧都係好嘅。
So everything overall, generally this year is actually pretty good for you.
係啦，咁我講成年嘅運程咯喎。咁正月開始咧，如果係屬蛇嘅女性咧就會爭啲嘅，咁好容易咧就個夫妻咧就會不和嘅。
So starting the turn of the new year in the calendar, those that are female and born in the year the snake, you will realize your relationships, if you are married or you're in a relationship, it's not as stable.
男性方面就反而冇呢一個情況發生喎。
Vice versa for guys, that's not at all.
OK， 咁喺2月同3月咧，你就有機會一個小嘅破財出現咗。
So from February to March on the Chinese calendar, you will have a small possibility of losing money.
事關你嗰個2、3月咧，嗰粒命宮裏邊咧就出現嗰粒星咧，就令你有機會破財。不過咧，如果你喺2同3月有喜事嘅話咧，咁就會冇事嘅咯喎。
Vice versa, if in February and March you have a positive celebration, then it can cancel out that loss of money.
咁喺4同5月咧，運程咧，其實個運勢都係一般平淡嘅啫。
April and May of the Chinese calendar is just okay. So
係啦，又唔會高又唔會低啦。OK， 咁跟住去到6月、7月開始咧，就其實應該係由6月開始一路去到差唔多8月嘅中旬、8月尾度啦。每一樣嘢都係開始順啦，啲財運又會高啦。每一樣嘢都會一路咁順住嚟嘅。
So afterwards, starting September all the way, it's pretty much till the end of August. Things are going to be very smooth for you. You will see things just rolling in for you. 係啦，不過咧到9月同10月咧就即係唔好開心緊要，因為咧時間太過開心咧，亦都係令到你咧個運程咧都要有改變嘅。我哋叫做樂極生悲 ，OK？ 咁即係話喺8同9同10月之間咧，你都有少少嘅波折出現嘅。You will also realize as though things are going smoothly for a couple of months, by September and October you will have an obstacle in between because nothing in life goes smoothly, so it's kind of like a tribulation. 係啦，咁到
11月同12月咧，咁就冇問題啦。每一樣咧，我哋見到光明嘅路啦。咁之後嘅嘢就一路咁向住你想嘅發展或者工作上都會越嚟越好啦。
So afterwards, starting November, you will realize things are actually looking up. Things are getting better and better. It's not just smooth sailing from that point on. It's actually getting better and better for you.
係啦，咁喺2024年屬蛇嘅朋友咧，成年嘅運程咧係上好嘅。
So overall, general luck and everything going on, fortune for you born in the year of the snake, it's actually pretty good.